age of personalization. It is extremely powerful. As a marketing graduate of BYU Idaho, my beautiful alma mater, I miss you, I love you. You learn a lot about how people's decisions, it drives how the algorithm behaves and how it acts towards you, what it gives to you. There's a reason they call it the feed, meaning whoever are the birds of life that you seek to commune with, it will bring all of their worms to you. And worms could be something very beautiful. These could be gummy worms, they could be sour worms, they could be barbecued worms, whatever kind of worms you want, or whatever kind of worms you don't want. The feed can bring them to you at a click of a button, or at a snap of a finger, or at a nod of a tongue. Nod of a tongue? Nod of a head? Yeah, nod of a head. And it's crazy. It's so empowering when you have a really good feed that continuously builds you up, and people that you know are awesome, and you lift them up and they help you and you help them, and it's just this cool, beautiful thing, and it's great. But you got to be careful, because once you watch something, the algorithm is probably going to recommend more stuff to you like that. And this might be done very innocently. You may watch a video that seems really cool from a cool creator, but maybe the cool creator just created that video just for fun. And that's not actually the creator's heart. And that's okay. But if you want to have good worms in your stomach of life and digestion and whatever, and what you create, what you take in influences what you're able to create, you need to be a little careful. This is something I saw a little bit ago. I think there's this guy on Twitter, and he said one really amazing thing. And I was like, okay. I think I'm going to follow this fellow. And lately I haven't been on Twitter much, but I followed him, and I looked on his feed. I was like, all right, let's see more of those gold nuggets. And I was like, he's like, I don't try to be inspirational. I just like being, I'm a terrible person. I just like dumb stuff. And I'm not trying to be an inspiration. Like, don't try to look at me as an inspiration. I've done terrible things in my life. And I'm like, oh, like, I feel like there's sometimes you want to be proud of that. I don't know. But the point is, like, I was like, all right. No. Goodbye. Unfollow. You're not coming to my feed again. So, like, when I'm chilling, and then I get on Twitter, I get on whatever, and all of the birds are coming in to give me their love and whatever, his will not be one that is there. The internet is created in such a way that when somebody follows somebody, that is duplicated. And so that person doesn't have to do any extra work. If they get more followers, then the computer does all the work for them. They're not saying like, oh, Johnny just subscribed to my YouTube channel. Let's do this so he knows I have a new video. No, if he just clicks the notification bell, Johnny will know every single video that you put out until the end of time. You don't have to do any extra work. Johnny has committed to get that bird in his feed. He's committed to, live that lifestyle a little bit, kind of thing that your YouTube channel is teaching, whether you know it or not, subconsciously or not. Whether you know it or not, the content is influencing you. I've had different videos of different things come to mind, like Frank James does some really cool comedy, and I kind of go on ebbs and flows, waves and dips with him. He's got some really good stuff, and yeah, sometimes it's a little bit iffy, but overall it's really good stuff. Another thing I want to share with this is your itches. You know what makes you itch, what makes you click, what makes you do whatever. And the algorithm is trying to figure this out as best as it possibly can. So when you're on Instagram and all of a sudden it just says, hey, these are some new alligator sweatpants, and you were just talking about alligator sweatpants or something, and you want alligator sweatpants, bam, alligator sweatpants in your feed. And it's not that set in stone. It's not like you talk about something and then it just shows in your feed there's other things, and it's not that cut and dry. At least that's what my social media marketing teacher, Brother Maroon, says. We need to get him on the podcast soon. He's a supporter of the podcast. We appreciate him. Not recently, like a year ago, he told me that he shared it with his class, so that was cool. But yeah, we need to be very careful of how we take advantage of this age of personalization. And just as the Cretaceous period and the Jurassic period, those dinosaurs, they went away, our future and our potential and the best parts of us will go extinct if we use this age of personalization poorly. if we are constantly drowning ourselves with not good music or, not good stuff in morality or whatever, we will completely drown out all the good stuff in us, and that age of personalization will lead to our extinction of different talents and things, and at the very least, it will affect very much what we create for the worse. I'm very passionate about this, so yeah, I love being able to help out others, and so sometimes the algorithm will be like, "Hey, you can make money, or you could do this and help all these people." And so you have to be very careful, and you have to recognize that the algorithm's always trying to get you to spend as much time as humanly possible on the platform. And this is where podcasting is interesting, because at least with your podcast player, the algorithm of podcasts is mostly influenced by reviews. So please review this podcast if you like it. Thank you, thank you. I read them all, and yeah, like that's like the main way that algorithm ranks them, so you're a little bit safer with that, but still you need to be careful, and things are getting smarter. Like Spotify, I know they doubled down on podcasts really big in the last 6 months, and they weren't as big before, but now they're pretty big in it. And it's like maybe not 6 months, maybe like last year. And so it's like they're recommending podcasts to you, like somebody like you who listened to this also liked this. And so now we can get into this consuming period where now all we're doing as a bird is we're eating worms all day long. And that is not what birds are for. Worms are the sustenance. They are not the vision. They are not the destiny. They are not the design. No, they're not. Worms are the sustenance. You got to be very careful of what you take in. And I went deeper on this in another episode about thought food. So I'll link that in the show notes. But just be careful. Take advantage of the age of personalization. It's amazing. We can have so many amazing things in our feed. We can create stuff and put it in their feed. That's what I'm doing right now with this podcast. Putting out stuff on the Yield Today with Dallin Canlin YouTube channel for the podcast. I'm trying to reach out and help out as many people as I can with these messages and these things that I hope inspire the next generation and help them with building businesses and building themselves and building habits of self-care and things of that nature. So those are my thoughts. We could go more and more and more. We really could, but those are my quick thoughts. These are not Dallin's long thoughts. These are Dallin's quick thoughts. Check out the other Dallin's quick thoughts if you'd like my quick thoughts on another topic. If you'd like me to do a specific thing, leave it in a review or reach out to me on Instagram or whatever. I don't really check Instagram, but yeah. And there is a Discord. If you want to reach out to me on Discord, there's a Yield Today of Dallin Canlin podcast Discord, and I can have a link to that in the show notes too. And we can talk then. But anyway, and that's free. That's free. You can talk to me as much as you want. Like, let's talk. Let's jump on a call. Let's do whatever. Like, seriously, let's do that. That'd be so fun. But anyway, thank you so much for listening. Don't forget to Yield Today, and it'll be better tomorrow. 100%. 100%. 100% chance. Amen. Amen.